Alright, everybody, so welcome back. Last session, you all made your way back from Ice White Island and the Rissian Manifest Zone across the Northern Sea back to Stormhome Island. And then from there, the long trek aboard the Lyrandar airship back to Sharn. That journey was certainly not uneventful. You all solidified your bonds between the Death Skaters, who you all had rescued, and then made some kind of like a bit of a hasty alliance with that developed into what could almost be called a friendship between some of them. At the bare minimum, a non-hostile acquaintancy was formed between these individuals. In some cases, they were able to help you out with some of your own individual investigations and uncertainties. Others were just able to provide you all with friendship and just a bit of a mirror of yourselves, a bit of what could have been, all that kind of good stuff. And once you all did get back to Sharn, you all did part ways amiably. In accord, definitely. Once you guys did get back to Sharn, you did part ways amiably and all went about your business with the vow that they would repay what you did for them and that you could count on them if you ever really needed them. So, with that, you all went about your business. You met with Lara, who paid you what was owed for returning the Hoarfrost flower to her, as you did, and with the assurance that the Clifftop Adventurers Guild would be the sole recipient of any more contracts from Provost Nigel Farius, if he eventually and certainly would come back with more items to be recovered, with more of these artifacts tied to these manifest zones. But in the meantime, you all found yourselves with a couple of days of downtime in the city. Going about your business, there, returning, Tinge turning in his bounty, and catching wind of another one, while a couple others traveled down into the cogs of Sharn to meet and just to kind of see how everything was going down there with Drummond's whole crew, with Stoke and Tresca and all of them, and things were going quite well indeed. Drummond was doing better than ever, realizing the error of his ways in treating his workers so badly, and more so realizing that he could actually make a lot more money if he treated them well. Things were going quite well down there. But as you all were making your way away from there, others had noticed the turnaround at Drummond's. Drosk, the criminal organization that operates in the cogs, as well as many other places, took note of this development and reminded you all that you all owed them a favor, that eventually they would call upon you to perform a task for them, a task of obviously no ill repute or no illegality at all. But
for sure.
Yeah, of course. But they did remind you all that you were still, at least according to them, indebted to them. So with that, they parted ways, and a couple of you began making your way over to an office of the Sentinel Marshals, a more or less law enforcement group that operates across borders here in Corvair. Loyalty kind of set with one house. I believe that is housed beneath the military house, or the mercenary employment, the house that has the monopoly on that venture. But surprisingly to all of you, a familiar face was seen exiting from that command post as Lara approached you all, tucking a badge away into her pocket, and that is where we pick up today. Let's get you all to Sharn.
I need some refreshers on where everyone is currently.
Right.
I remember Red was just leaving the shifter bar with the guy with the emerald claw.
Grit. I think that was his name.
Yeah, his name was Grit.
No, I have it written down somewhere.
Dimitri and Yuji were approaching the tower that Laura was exiting.
Yeah, that'll be fun.
Making terrible decisions.
Hey, they're just decisions until you see the outcome.
remember that when we get arrested.
Okay.
Tinge had just finished up giving flair to Barnabas and got another bounty at the Gilded Crow Casino with a man that can't seem to lose.
Yep. And I don't think we've talked to Kay too much since arriving back in Sharn. Is that right?
That is correct.
Kay?
Right. Where is Kay currently?
Kay, because I had to step away briefly, he
Oh, yeah.
would have gone with everybody down to Drummond's and stuff like that.
Okay.
And would have made a short stop along the way at an orphanage in Lower Dura, just to pass off 50 gold pieces in the name of Farron.
Okay. So fantastic. So after completing that errand, we can go ahead and say that you are now catching up to Yuji and Dimitri, just as they meet up with Lara, who exits out from the tower with the symbol of the Sentinel Marshals up above in rather clear display. She walks out. She says, "Oh, well, fancy seeing you all here. Come to turn yourselves in, have you?"
Turn ourselves in? For what?
"Oh, I'm sure you know." She takes a step closer, giving you all a bit of a flash of a smile that shows off her long incisors.
Dimitri, literally, pulls out his fingers. No, no. What? Did we do something? Is there something? Are you talking to someone behind us?
Dimitri, you're so easy to goad.
She bursts out laughing and throws an arm around you, Dimitri, and says, "You all made the guild a lot of money.
Is that
I
illegal?
just wanted to show my appreciation with a little bit of a joke. Isn't it funny?" "No,
Oh.
I'm sorry."
Uh-huh. No. It was very funny. I'm sorry. If we could do it again,
So
maybe.
she steps back, says, "So, what does bring you all here?"
I think that
I've been
Yuji wanted
looking
to go
for
here.
you.
She kind of gives you a glance. She says, "Should I be worried?"
The feeling's mutual.
No. Why should you be worried?
She just usually just rolling his eyes at Dimitri. God damn it.
But they're all black, so you can't tell.
You actually see some white at the base.
So your house, Denise?
She says, no, certainly not. I, like many others, simply contract my services out to the Marshals. Marshals are technically separate from House Deneath, although many of their members are of the House, and it could be said that their leadership consists mainly of House Deneath members. But no, I am not of the House. I simply contract my services out to them when necessary.
So that's how you arranged for the free transportation.
Sometimes, my association with the Sentinel Marshals is more information gathering.
I think we can be of use to you then.
Really?
Go for it, Kay. What were you gonna say?
Nothing. I'm taking it all in.
No, my bad.
Well, you all have certainly proven yourselves to be more than useful to me in the past. I don't see why I couldn't extend your services, your skills, towards the Sentinel Marshals as well. The money's not as good, but the prestige and the station involved is far better.
I'm under the impression that the things we've done would not sit well with the Marshals, or at least one of us.
Well, what they don't know isn't going to hurt them, is it? And besides, as long as you're not going around blowing up buildings or committing wanton slaughter, I'm sure we can work it out.
The Sentinel Marshals, they're more like the law enforcement for Sharn, right?
No.
Everyone.
Here, we'll go ahead and read an excerpt from the Eberron Wiki real quick, so y'all can get a little idea of what they are.
They're Interpol.
They're Interpol. That's a really good way of looking at it, for
Yeah.
sure.
International
what she
bounty
said.
hunters.
Yeah, they're not really like a police, but they okay. So here's what it says: the Sentinel Marshals are a form of law enforcement run by House Denise. So they are technically run by it. They're a specialized form of mercenary bounty hunters empowered to enforce the laws of Galifar across Corvair. They were granted the right to cross any border by the King of Galifar, but when Galifar collapsed in a civil war, the rulers of the Five Nations agreed to let the Sentinel Marshals continue to pursue their prey across all nations. So yeah, Interpol is really the best way of looking at it. They're kind of like the international police.
This is all stuff Laura is saying in character.
Indeed.
Let me pull out. She says let me pull up the Eberron wiki. Really fast.
All right, but yes,
Direct me to
Yuji,
the-
go ahead.
Go ahead. No. I was go.
One metagame question. So she's not a Central Marshal, but she is working for them, or she has the authority of a Sentinel Marshal?
you did see her put away a badge, but she has not yet outright told you that she is a Sentinel Marshal. She has told you that she
We're
works
going to
with
assume
them,
then.
contracts out with them, information collection.
I believe I think I'm. You see him kind of like twisting his words for first time in a long time. I think I'm looking for someone.
She nods, and remember, Yuji, we talked about your getting into Clifftop in the first place because Laura knew that you were looking into the Emerald Claw, and
Yep.
that you were looking for the opportunity. So she kind of nods, and she says, "And now that you mention it, my most recent assignment might be something you're interested in. I can't bring you in on this without talking to my superiors, but he's a pragmatic man. I believe he'll see the value in bringing you on board for this." She kind of looks around a bit. See her look kind of a little bit weary, a little bit suspicious, and she says, "This way. Let's get away from any potential prying eyes, and I'll tell you a little bit more about what I've looked into here."
Is this for everyone or just for Yuji?
I'm assuming that Kay, Yuji, and Dimitri are all kind of standing together, so it would.
Yeah, no, I'm saying to her. Is this for all of us or just for Yuji?
She says, "No, for all of you. If this comes through, you're gonna need to be at full force."
Yuji would like tap Dimitri along because if he's gonna get murdered, he's not gonna die alone.
Aww. Who? Dimitri?
Oh yeah, I have full force. I believe Kay would get away without a problem.
No.
If Dimitri's gonna get murdered,
Kay will be making sure that as we follow
She
Laura to
Walks over to an
Hey.
alley.
yeah, Kay will make sure unobtrusively that nobody is watching us, paying all that
Think-
much attention to us.
Okay.
Dimitri will
Go ahead.
also rub reach into his fancy little pouch and pull out like a small little metal round container and pop it open and pull out a little bit of silvery material and rub it between his fingers and then dab it underneath each of his eyes, and then it'll sort of absorb in, and then they'll flash for a second and then go back to normal as I cast See Invisibility.
Oh yeah. Awesome.
Yuji's just gonna be nervous. Follow. Because he doesn't got any cool stuff like that.
You
Okay.
could you could dab some stuff all over, like dab some silver all over yourself. Protection from evil and good.
Yeah.
Didn't
Just,
prepare that spell.
It's like an ointment. It's like an ointment that you rub into your skin.
Mm-hmm.
I need to do a better job of spell placement because all my spells are like combat focused spells. So
You don't
Almost
have
none
very
of mine
many
are.
others. You don't have very many as a paladin other spells, so it's not your fault.
Okay, so into an alleyway.
Into an alleyway, indeed. So, once you're over there, so Dimitri and Kay are both by the entrance of this alleyway taking a look out, right? Both of you make perception checks, please. Dimitri, you may do so at advantage.
Oh wow. Okay. Turn off. Wow, 18.
18. Okay.
I have +0.
Okay. Dimitri, I'm sorry, Yuji. Once Laura kind of takes a look around and determines that it's safe, she says, "Your interest in the Emerald Claw. I've been relatively quiet about it because I hadn't had too many leads that I felt could help you yet, but my new assignment does seem to involve them. They seem to be paying especially close attention to the lightning rail. House Orion is denying any sabotage or anything else, but our people on the inside are saying that the train has been seeing some unusual activity lately. Staff showing up missing, equipment, uniforms. We don't know too much yet, but when you do get back from Rukon Drawl, I expect we'll have a special assignment for you."
God damn, I forgot to hit shift. I'm sitting here asking all these questions. How familiar are you with the Emerald Claw cell here in Sharn?
Says, "I know about as much as most do. They're secretive, dangerous, very different from when..." She kind of gestures towards you.
I've been having these visions where I believe a senior member of the Emerald Claw appears, and I kind of describe the Horm-held nature and see if she recognizes anything like that.
She nods. And... one moment. Okay. So you describe the horned-helmed man, all of that to her. So she does look concerned when you say that, and she kind of looks at you a bit suspiciously. She says, "Have you seen this figure in your dreams?" And she says that there's been some very concerning rumors coming out of the areas bordering the Mournland. And she says, "You're sure that this man is as you've described her, as you've described him?"
He is becoming a reoccurring trend in my visions.
She tells you that a man mounted on a skeletal horse, silhouetted, usually not completely seen, but the horned helmet has always been a very prominent feature that people are mentioning, has been leading what looks to be a host across the plains of the Mournland. People haven't been able to get a good eye on them, at least those that have survived to come back and tell the tale, but it's definitely making some stirrings. She says if you figure anything else about this, be sure to talk to her and she will do the same, but it does, what you're describing does bear a alarming resemblance to something happening in the midst of the Mournland.
Yuji will continue to nod in agreement. Understood.
She says that she should have the information that you need for your mission to Rukon Drawl by the end of the day tomorrow. So be ready.
See, Yuji do, Daneth is a Carnathian house, right?
Yes.
Does anyone remember if Daneth has high-ranking military connections?
Yes.
House
Huh?
Denith, yeah.
Yeah, Deneth, sorry.
Yeah,
You,
they- Go ahead.
So the houses are separate from the politics of and militaries of the other kingdoms. So
But House
while
Deneath is the militaristic house, right? They do mercenaries.
yes, they are the mercy, but they'll provide mercenaries to anyone who pays, and they stay bought because it's.
Yuji then will just bow respectfully and then move on.
That worked out awesome, Yuji. That couldn't possibly have been better.
It's terrifying.
Why'd y'all think you'd be arrested? Just out of curiosity.
I didn't think we were gonna be arrested.
Yes.
I didn't-
Yuji was
I
worried.
clearly
was like,
didn't think I was
why are
getting
you
arrested.
worried?
It was
Uh,
I think.
No, I think Yuji was very concerned with a past history of participation in the Emerald Claws. You know, some people might not be as generous as Laura and say, "Oh yeah, you were gone for a couple, decades." But anywho, you're still affiliated. We should just lock you up and shit, just to be safe. Is what I thought.
Yeah, I mean that makes sense. There are certainly people that would probably do that if they caught a inkling. But luckily, Laura knows the situation a little better. So yeah, I get it.
That, and I'm a sucker for drama. Bum, bum, bum.
All right. Okay.
Well, the only thing I want to do is, we only have a day left, but I think I want to swing by Moorgrave University. It kind of struck me that maybe I should put some time and energy into trying to research what the heck this guy could be doing with these little artifacts we're collecting.
Okay.
And
Yuji
I
will go
have
help
a-
you.
And I have a need to go to Middle Tavik's Landing. Which I think is the exact opposite direction from everybody else.
Yeah, and I wholeheartily recognize that with one day, I'm not going to get pretty much anything, but just starting the research.
Okay, fantastic. So let's go ahead and just get some investigation checks from Dimitri while Kay makes his way over to Middle Tavik's.
Can it be an advantage since Yuji's gonna help him and try and be an assistant and get him what he needs and such?
Sure.
And can I? Is it such that I can guidance myself on it?
Oh yeah, you have all the time in the world to prepare for this, so definitely.
22.
Heyo.
Woohoo! Pew, pew, pew.
Okay. So with a 22, you do find a few titles, namely one authored by Nigel Farias.
Oh,
Appears to be rather old. It seems that he was written when he was a much younger man. But it is a treatise on how the power of the planes could be channeled directly into one vessel. It is in a section that would kind of like the Ancient Aliens style section, right? Like the pseudoscience section is where you would probably find that book. Yeah, we can go ahead and come back to that after we get to K.
sounds good.
So K, heading to Middle Tavik's Landing. Where are you headed?
I am looking for a Kalistar by the name of Torin. I believe I was given enough description of his facility and where he lives or operates out of to find him.
Fantastic, absolutely. Yeah, I totally forgot that you already had that name. I was going to make you start looking for him, but yes, you already have the name and the general whereabouts of his establishment. So yeah. Alright, so, following the directions given earlier, following the things that people were telling you, it is not difficult to find Tolrin's establishment. It is one of the outer towers of Middle Tavik's. It kind of looks out over, as you're making your way across one of the sky bridges, you can see that the tower that you're heading to is kind of exuding from the main body. It's out, and there's no levels below it. It's just one solid room that's kind of exuding out from the main body of the outer portions of Shorn. But yeah, you can see several children out front. Several of them appear to be meditating, sitting cross-legged on the floor, their eyes closed. You can see a couple others kind of wandering around, but it does seem to be a place of study. It's very quiet. A soft, meditative music kind of plays through the air. Yeah, you see a lot of people around, and a lot of them share that kind of shimmer to them that would identify them as Kalishtar.
Are any of them noticing that my quarry spirit is almost physically manifesting as my echo moving around me as I am approaching?
Make an insight check. Okay. So you can certainly tell that a lot of them are trying very hard not to notice. Like the calm sense here is something that's very clearly um, ingrained into them. But yeah, a couple of them are kind of looking up out of their meditation. See a couple people kind of not alarm, but close to it.
I will draw my echo back in and approach the most in charge, senior looking person.
Okay. Yeah, there's a young man standing out front. He seems to be guiding a small group, and when he steps away from them, kind of looks over towards you. He's wearing a kind of tannish robe, stripes of yellow and red going through it. He looks over towards you. He says, "Greetings. What brings you to our
Greetings.
enclave?"
I am in search of a Tauren. I was told that he might be able to help me.
He kind of, you can see as he's conversing with you, you can see he's kind of beginning to sense the difference in you and your connection to your quarry. And he says, "Are you all right?"
I'm honestly not entirely sure.
Come. Thorin is just inside.
Thank you. Does he indicate a door just to go through, or
He
does
does.
he? Okay. In I go.
Okay. So, the interior of this room is quite airy. All of the windows have no glass in them, so a stiff breeze blows through at all times, swirling around incense and things like that. There's the people inside all seem to be dressed similarly, almost like they're monks of an order type of thing, but nothing that you seem familiar with or that you've seen before. And standing across from the room, his back to the main room, is a older looking man, bald head, again wearing these flowing robes, although his seem far more worn. The colors kind of faded away. And as you begin to enter, you see his head just almost imperceptibly kind of rise a little bit, like he noticed you entering the moment that you entered into the room. He turns towards you. He says, "There is darkness about you, but it is not of you."
Is it safe to assume that I am speaking to Tauren?
He nods. "I am Tolrin."
I am Kay.
"Greetings, Kay."
My father was Din Vekri. And this is the shadow of Vekri, and I let my echo out.
You can see him take in a bit of a breath, and you hear a couple of gasps around the room.
I didn't even realize anybody else was in the room.
Oh yeah, there's several people
Yeah,
around.
Kay probably did not even notice them.
Yeah. Says, strange. Your quarry is
My
rather-
quarry. Go ahead.
no. He was going to say almost independent.
I do not have the bond, I guess, that other Kalistar seem to have with their quarry. Vekri has been, you might say, wooing me my whole life when he wasn't terrifying me to death.
He says,
We have an
but-
interesting relationship. This is just a part of it. I'm hoping that you might be able to help me understand him better.
He says that he can, and that doing so may be more important than you think, more important than you know. He asks you to share with him the circumstances that led to your quarry acting in this way. Asks if there's anything in your past that may have triggered this behavior from it, or drawn it to you initially.
I will tell him about my time in the war and how Vekri began giving me, the magical abilities of a warlock, and how, as I used more of my warlock skills, he began to manifest in this echo-like form that has kind of reached a peak of power, it seems, allowing me to do the things of an Echo Knight and explain how that works.
Okay. So he says, this is very interesting. Very interesting indeed. Now, I have one very important question for you, Kay. Do you walk the path of light?
I have heard of the Path of Light. I do not walk opposed to it, but I do not know enough of it to say that I walk it.
Nods and says, it's very simple, really. We all play our small part in guiding the world into the light, into good, into justice. In a world where a single act can bring the tipping point, we strive to add our own acts of virtue to the scale and to guide others onto that path they may do the same. It is the path that the quarry have shown us, but yours has not shared this with you, has it?
He gives me glimpses, but mostly he has supported me with the skills and power I needed to do what seemed right to me.
He goes on to mention the strange connection between your quarry and yourself, and asks if there's been any. He asks if there's been any special events that have happened recently that may be amplifying your connection. Have you been anywhere that may have an astral significance to it?
I have been to 3 separate manifest zones in the past few weeks.
He immediately latches onto that and says that that must have something to do with this amplification of your connection and your power that you're receiving through it. That somehow your proximity to the manifest zones, to the outer planes, is somehow drawing the lines tighter, strengthening the connections. He says if it is mastery of this situation that you're looking for, if you are looking to understand it further, that he recommends communing with your Kori, meditating near these manifest zones whenever you can, to see if that strengthening of the connection may be able to strengthen the Kori's desire to tell you what's going on.
Very well. Do you have any texts that would help in guiding these meditations, or should I just follow my instinct?
He says that there are guides to help young Kalishtar towards these. He can supply you with some of them, but really it comes down to instinct. When you meditate near these places, your Kori should reach out to you.
Fair enough. I hope I can visit again.
He says that you're welcome back here whenever you need assistance, whenever you need guidance. He is very interested in seeing how this plays out for you.
Oh, and one last question. Do you know Din Vakri?
He says that he does not.
Do I think he's telling me the truth there?
You can make an insight check. Okay. So, with an 11, you're really not sure. You do detect a bit of hesitation in his response, but just enough to kind of put that itch in the back of your head that he may not have been entirely truthful with you.
Okay. In that case, I will accept, whatever pamphlets and literature he has. Say my farewells.
Okay. As you're preparing to... Okay, go ahead.
Go ahead.
No. So you're saying your farewells. He gives you a brief nod, still very pensive look on his face, almost borderline concerned.
You seem concerned. Is there something I should be aware of, or something I can do to ease your worries?
He says, No, I'm sorry. It was wonderful meeting with you. May you stay on the path of light. Okay.
And you as well.
He nods and then turns without saying anything else and walks to a back room.
What is everybody else in the room doing?
They were all looking at you, and now everyone kind of goes back to what they were doing.
Yeah. Okay. I leave. Brief visit by Mom's place and back
real quick,
to Cliff Top.
On your way out, as you're walking past the children outside, sitting and meditating, doing their guided practices and whatnot, one of them reaches out and grabs you by the ankle as you pass.
I stop and look.
The child's eyes have gone full black. He looks right up at you and directly into your mind. A hissing voice, very airy, almost ethereal, similar to the way that your quarry sounds, speaks directly into your mind. It says, "Beware the dream. The dark gathers. Look towards the light." And the child lets go of you. Looks up towards you. "Hi, mister."
Hello. I'm Kay. What's your name?
"I'm Elle."
Just L?
"Oh, it's short for Elidrin."
A pleasure to meet you.
I just realized I said Eladrin when that sounds very close to Eladrin. I need to watch out for
Yeah.
that kind of stuff. Eladrin was his name, but you can just call him
Right.
El.
Yeah. Basically, I was seeing if he was going to tell me his quarry's name.
He does not.
Oh, okay. That's. I was looking out for the way Kalistar, their name becomes, whatever like their first name is, and then like merged with the name of their quarry. So okay, so
Yeah. Yep.
Okay.
They're still a little too young to have formed the full bond just yet, but
Yep. No problem. Well, have a nice day, Al.
you too.
Nice
Bye.
speaking with you. Okay, beware the dream. The dark gathers.
Look towards the light. And
Okay.
just so we're clear, that was not the child speaking that to you. The two
No.
voices were very distinct.
Nope. That was a quarry speaking. Okay. Yeah, and like I said, quick stop by Mom's place. Give her a
Okay.
hug, and off to Clip Top
Fantastic.
to find everybody else.
All right.
If I can stop by a shop and buy the breastplate I wanted to buy along the way, I will do so.
Fantastic. Yeah, shops are plenty, especially if you make your way over to the Clip Top. You get that discount.
Yep.
Is anyone
That's
else?
10%?
Yep.
Okay. Yep, that's what I'll do, just before I get to Clip Top.
All right, fantastic. Is anyone else doing anything before you all meet back at the Cliff Top, at the Guild Hall?
Casino.
Oh. Hey-oh.
Tinge, you haven't yet met with the rest of your group to relay this job to them, have you?
Correct.
Flying solo. Never break the
Tinge
party.
Does it on his
Tinge.
own.
Tinge wants to see the casino, get the lay of the land, and figure out who this dude is before he does
Wonderful.
anything else.
Okay, so you're heading there first?
Yes, and this is a scouting trip. Look there, see if I can see the guy,
Okay.
see what he looks like, and then go back to the guild. I don't want to
Fantastic.
approach, don't want to engage.
Okay.
He just does it on his own. We don't have to show up next session.
I feel like that would go
Okay.
poorly for Tinge.
That would be so funny though.
Tinge,
I'd watch that
Private
video.
Eye. I'd watch that show. All right, Tinge. So, heading over to, I believe we said it was Upper Memphis this gambling hall was in? Or was it Middle? I know it was Memphis, but wherever.
I have Tavik's land.
Oh, my bad. Memphis was something else. Okay, so yes, Tavik's Landing would be the place
Upper
for
Tavik's land.
Upper Tavik's for gambling and stuff.
Gilded Scarecrow.
Gilded. All right. Okay. So, as you approach the establishment, it appears to be hopping. There are people outside hanging out. There's quite a crowd moving around, moving about the tables, and you hear a rather large uproar coming from one of the back gambling rooms. It's your standard casino floor. There's well, first off, when you see the structure, it appears to be just a standard mid-level gambling hall. They're all over Sharn. This one is not by any means extravagant, but it's certainly not a hole in the wall. It's not it's not like a little back alley gambling den. Like, this is an official place, right? Like, looking in, you can see that there's many magical lights lit up to show the various different games that are there. There's a lot of things like that going on here. The people outside seem relatively okay. They're just going about their business, talking to one another. You can see a couple of them placing bets, and inside you see people at gambling tables.
Are they letting me go in fully armed, by the way?
Oh yeah, there's several other people around that are armed.
Okay.
Okay. So are you going inside?
I am. I'm looking around to see if I can find the guy who's likely being watched by a lot of people.
Fantastic. Yeah. So, as you're looking around, you can definitely hear towards the back right corner of the room there is a rather large commotion going on. It appears that there is an audience around one of the nearby tables. Too many people standing around for you to see through it all, but every now and then you hear a cheer go up, but amongst that cheer is one very loud, "Oh God!" and then somebody starts crying. Lots of happy people, one very, very sad one. That's what you can hear, and you can see a crowd of people surrounding one of the gambling tables.
Is this a single story establishment, or is there like a mezzanine?
It is a
or
single
something?
story.
Okay. I'll get closer. Maybe circle it slowly, and go from there.
So as you're circling the table, you see one man get up from the table. He is wearing just his pants, and he has what looks like an undershirt on. And he's walking away, looking at his hands, looking at his pockets. He's like, "It's gone. Everything. Business, my home, savings." He's looking at the ground, kind of wonder how. Why? As he's walking past you and out. And then you can hear somebody say, "Well, who would like to try their hand next? You, perhaps? What about you?" And then you hear shouting and cheering as you hear somebody start calling out, saying how happy they are to get the opportunity to gamble with the great... Name is lost for a second. But you definitely hear somebody else is sitting down at the table. Cheers start up again. You hear dice beginning to roll.
Tinge noted the man that lost all his stuff. Won't
Uh-huh.
follow him out yet, but is going to see if he can get eyes on the loud person.
Okay. Sorry, the name was the Great Olandri, is what he called himself. And so, around this table, you said you push into the crowd a little bit to get a look?
I do.
Okay. So, as you push through the crowd a little bit, you see, sitting at one end of the table is empty except for the young woman that has sat across from him. The man wears mostly white, streaks of blue and red fabric mixed into it, but mostly white. He appears rather affluent, very well off. He's wearing jewelry, but not too much. His clothes are nice, but not flamboyant or boisterous in any way. And as the woman sits down across from him, he says, "Wonderful of you to try your hand. Shall we begin?" And just as he says that, Tinge, I need you to make a wisdom saving throw as you lay eyes onto him. Tinge, you find yourself caught up in the rush of everything here, captivated by the display, and the dice begin to roll. The individual in the white rolls several faces, meaning that he's rolled extremely high, almost impossibly high, and the crowd erupts, and so do you. You find yourself unable to control the urge to cheer this man on, to congratulate his success, and the next hand is played. Again, he rolls impossibly high. The table explodes, the room erupts in cheers and laughter, and you join them. This goes on several more times until the woman has taken off all of her jewelry. Her wallet sits on the table, her coin purses. And before you know it, she's offering her home, all of her belongings. And soon she leaves in the same state that the man did. And you find yourself enraptured by this, enthralled. You find yourself enjoying every second of it, until the man once again says, "And who shall be next to play with the great Olandri?" Looks around. Points at the person standing right next to you, Tinge. And the man steps out of the crowd, walks towards him. Can you please make another wisdom saving throw?
Please.
Hey.
Oh, thank God.
Tinge, your mind releases from this enrapturement, and you can see that the people around you are desperately trying to break free as well. Several of them, in between cheers, you can see a panicked look strike across their faces right before the joy of the win overcomes them again. And you do find yourself capable of moving once again. What do you do?
Tinge exits immediately.
Okay. As soon as you
He's
step
not
away from the
prepared for
table,
this.
maybe like 30 feet away, a man jumps out from around the corner and grabs you. He says, "You're Tinge! You're the one they sent. You're the one, right? Where's the rest of you?" He looks around. "You're not here by yourself, are you?"
Calm. Just getting the lay of the land. There's more.
"I don't
Tell me
know
what's
what to
going
do.
on.
This man, this great Dandini, he showed up some days ago and he's taking everything from everyone. We banned him from our house tables, but now he's just playing against anyone who will walk in, and they keep coming in. I don't know what to do. Soon nobody in the area will have anything left to play with, and soon you can take care of him, right? You can get him to leave."
This is gonna take a lighter touch than I would employ. Unless you're not objectionable to blood spray.
"No, blood cleans. Blood cleans. We just need to get him out of here. Get this place back to normal. Let our patrons enjoy our games."
Where's your floor? Where's your boss? Who's running the tables? Where's your security?
He points across the room at the table. Like, "That's our head of security. That's our floor manager. Those two men are our guards." He's just pointing at people that are around the table with the guy.
Side note, was this like a charm effect or no?
It's an ability. It's a creature ability. It doesn't say that it's a charm per se.
So, meaning, I think Tinge would react very poorly to being influenced.
Yeah.
That's why he left, because otherwise, likely to
Start swinging.
Start swinging. Okay. I will say, shut your tables down. Shut down. You will lose less. We'll be back.
Yes, of course. I'll begin the process. We can't step near the table. Anyone that gets too close is sucked in by whatever's happening there.
Did I see anything? Blind sight, all that fun stuff.
Blind sight? I don't think so. No.
Wouldn't see through like a glamour or anything like that.
No, blind sight wouldn't see through a glamour or anything. Since you did show up expecting to find something odd and trying to figure out exactly what's going on, go ahead and make a perception check retroactively real quick.
A blind sight would see through like if it was an illusion, then it would see through it. Like if it made someone just like look different.
Blind sight
You'd
is
probably see
not
that.
true sight, so let's go ahead and take a look at what blind sight actually entails, right? It just means that
Oh,
you
that's
can.
true.
Yeah,
That's fair.
there are two different things. So a monster with blind sight can perceive its surroundings without relying on sight within a specific radius. Certain creatures without eyes, like Grimlocks, Gray Oozes, things like that. So this is more like being able to sense your surroundings than actually being able to see through things. Like there's true sight for things that can actually see through glamours and invisibility and things like that. So this is kind of like a sightless mole would be able to perceive its surroundings, you know?
Yeah, my
Not
bad.
to compare you to a sightless mole, Tinge. It's just the closest thing I can
Just
think of.
exactly like a sightless mole.
21 on perception.
21 on perception. The chair the man is sitting in was moaning as if under a tremendous weight. The man himself was rather thin.
The last thing I asked is, does this guy ever leave? Do you close?
He says that this is a 24-hour establishment. He sat down 3 days ago and has not gotten up from his seat since.
Sounds like you need to have a kitchen fire.
He says, my casino, he's obviously taking you seriously. My livelihood, that can't be the only solution.
Not literally. You need to shut down to get this guy to leave. He's easier to take care of when there's not dozens of people standing around him.
I understand. I will close the other tables down immediately, but you don't understand. The people that are with him, I can't pry them away. I tried to force our casino manager away without looking at the man once, and he damn near killed us. Viciously began attacking us.
How so?
He tells you that the casino floor manager, when they went over, he had a couple of his employees go over and try to drag the casino floor manager away. But as soon as he was like more than 5 or 6 feet away, the casino manager turned on the employees and began striking at them, wailing at them, biting, kicking, and screaming wildly, trying to get back to the table.
Tinge looks at the manager, doesn't get his name, asks for his name now.
Okay. So many names today. Oh my god. I actually think
Get in the game, Sean. You
I
should
know,
have known
right?
this was
How
coming.
dare I not have a dozen names prepared?
How could you not know we'd go all over Sharn today?
Okay. Casino manager's name would be, we'll call him Ulrich.
All right, Ulrich. Get this man a reason to leave. And we'll see what we can do.
All right. He says that he'll shut down the other tables, but he's not risking any more of his staff trying to pull people away from the table. He'll clear out all the others, clear out the rest of the building, clear out the private gambling halls, and says that's the best he can do.
Tinge will then exit. I'm assuming this was over a very short period of time. He's going to start asking about the man that lost all his stuff that was exiting to catch up to him.
Okay. Yeah, he's sitting outside of the casino with his just kind of sitting against one of the walls of the sky bridge. Yeah, he's sitting down, just staring at his hands.
Tinge approaches and just asks, "Good sir, don't mean to intrude. You seem to be what ails you? What did that man do to you?"
I don't know. I just arrived to play a few hands after my shift, as I always do, and I saw the commotion over at the table and decided I'd take a look, and next thing you know, I'm sitting down and I can't stop rolling. Can't stop rolling the dice again and again. I've lost everything. And then, after the last hand, it's as if a veil was lifted from my eyes and suddenly it was all clear. The fun was gone. I was left with nothing. I've been under some powerful drink, but nothing like this.
This was the first time you've been in? Have you seen this guy before?
No, I come here often after my shifts. This is the first time that I've seen this man.
Real quick, about the casino layout. I'm assuming there's no windows or anything.
But there's
useful.
windows everywhere.
Okay.
Several windows. From what you saw inside, 3 main entrances.
All right. Tinge is going to do the thing that Tinge doesn't want to do. He's going to go back to the group and ask for help.
Okay.
What?
What?
Showing weakness.
You can't stab everything and be a solution.
I'm wondering if you can if blindfolding yourself would work, or I know blindfolding him would probably work, but that would be more difficult. We go in literally blind and see if that does anything.
Just shove him in a bag of holding. It's fine.
Yeah. Ooh.
Dimitri might have problem with that.
I didn't say for more than 10
Temporarily.
minutes. It's just
Yeah,
enough
yeah,
time.
Yeah, like 9 minutes, 59 seconds.
Got it. Sounds
Uh,
reasonable.
Then just as he gets a gasp, we shove him back in. Let's just waterboard him. Why not?
God.
It doesn't say they need to stay out of the bag for any more than a single second before being shoved back in for another 10. Yeah.
I would like to point out that everybody else is talking about torture, not Tinge. Tinge is utterly creeped out that he lost his faculties and wanted to get far away from that thing.
Yeah.
So is Tinge back with everybody now?
Unless something happens between the casino and the
he gets jumped.
This is D&D. Who knows?
So you fill us
yeah.
in on what's going on?
I do.
All right, so all of you meet back up at the guild hall.
Red is still not back.
Red is still not back.
Yeah, there's somewhere Red's been trying to go for 2 months. I don't know how long it's been. It's been a while.
Okay.
They want to go visit the cemetery.
Okay, the City of the Dead. Fantastic.
Ooh.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
Dimitri will totally be there.
What is it?
I just said Dimitri will be back with the group.
All right.
Okay. So, heading to the City of the Dead, heading up towards the upper districts. I believe we talked earlier, and that the individual you're visiting, you were able to secure for them a plot in one of the Skyway mausoleums.
Yeah. No idea how she afforded that, but I don't know. She robbed a bank or something.
I have here that you were that you served in the war. All kinds of
Oh,
connections
right, yeah.
and
Oh,
favors.
right,
can be
yeah, that
gone
would
by
make sense.
Yeah.
That would make more sense.
That reminds me. I'm gonna do a revamped post of my prep document. I've made some advancements to it, and yeah, I'll fill you all into that later. Sorry, go ahead.
No, yeah, it's fine. So refresh me on what it actually looks like at the cemetery itself.
Fantastic. So you do have a pass to get into this specific part of the City of the Dead. It is one of the floating sections. So it's maybe about 200 feet above the upper city, and you do have to take a sky coach to get there. But once you're there, it is a beautifully gardened area. The mausoleums here are all of white alabaster and marble, things of that nature. making a pretty stark contrast between the bright green of the grass and the white of the alabaster mausoleums, headstones, and commemorative statues that are about the area. There's not many people here right now. Maybe about 5 or 6 wander about the entirety of the area, but the area is big enough that they are easy enough to go about their business without interfering in anything.
Cool. Yeah. So she would approach. Oh God, what is it called? The big one. The fucking. Oh God, I
Mausoleum.
forgot what they're. Yeah, the mausoleum. My bad.
Okay.
You literally just said it. Yeah, she would approach her mausoleum. Um, she'd push the door open and then close it behind her with like. I'm assuming there's like torches in there that she would light so she could see.
Yeah.
Um, and she'd kneel down and um take out a canvas. Yeah, she'd take out a canvas, place it down, and then start just silently painting, or not silently. She'd be talking, um, because this is her. Yeah, she'd be talking to her sister because she's dead. Well, and like updating her on like everything that she's had going on in the past few weeks, months, however long it's been since the last time she was here. Um, saying like how close she was to dying like 3 times, and sorry for worrying her, that kind of stuff. And she would also, oh, this stopped loading. Um, yeah, she would meanwhile be drawing a picture of the two of them. Um, and like what would they be doing? I don't know. Like a picture of her sister laughing with her just sitting there. Oh my god. Why is this always as soon as I had a thing going on, the
Oh, this is good.
screen freezes. Um no, yeah, it's just I was gonna try and roll to see how well she does with their
Oh,
picture.
okay.
And but my thing just lagged. Um but yeah, she'd be just doing that for a while, probably painting for like at least an hour, because everyone else has had things going on for a while as well, so I assume plenty of time.
Yeah.
Uh, uh, yeah. I'm really annoyed by this that I can't roll for this, but yeah, she does that. She leaves. Um, what was it that she got? She got a little um red teardrop thing from Yuji a bit ago, and she would explain that it's from a new friend that she's made recently, um, and how it, she got it because she's opening herself up a bit. She's all that kind of stuff, and she'd leave the red teardrop on top of the casket, not that it's whatever it is, on top of the thing.
Sarcophagus.
Yeah, sarcophagus. Um, and yeah, she just keep talking for a while. I'm gonna say that's about. I could probably wrap it up there. There's not really much to
Yeah,
respond
she's
to.
just
Uh,
telling her sister about her exploits and all that kind of stuff. Yeah.
yeah, there's not really much else to say there. Yep, she spends about an hour, maybe 2 up there, and then would make her way back to Clifftop, and I'll see the results of what the painting actually was later, I guess.
Sepulchre. I never know how to say that word. How do you pronounce
Yeah.
that word?
Yeah,
Okay.
that's what she's doing, while everyone else is doing plot-relevant things.
Sepulchre. I think that's it.
Yeah, sepulchre.
What is it?
Sepulchre.
Sepulchre.
It is sepulchre. Yeah.
It's where the body is placed inside a
Oh,
mausoleum.
A small
I've
room or
never-
monument cut in rock or built of stone in which a dead person is laid or buried.
I never have and probably never will enter a mausoleum, so it's yeah.
You haven't been to New Orleans yet.
I grew up. I grew up near New Orleans, so.
Yeah, I'll roll for the painting now. I can do it now.
Fantastic.
Now I'm scared that it's gonna be terrible. Uh,
sure your sister won't mind.
amazing. I'm using my inspiration.
Awesome.
So it's really, really good.
Yeah, it's fantastic. Probably one of the best that you've done.
Yeah. Then after that, she'd just head back down to Clifftop with
Fantastic.
everyone else, finally.
All right. So, as you all gather back at the guild hall, we're going to go ahead and take our break. And when we get back, Tinge will just be arriving back at the guild hall to begrudgingly ask for your assistance. All right, everybody. So we are back after going your separate ways, going about your own private jobs, private doings, going abouts. You all eventually do find yourselves back together at the Clifftop Adventurers Hall, the guild hall for Clifftop. Now, back here, what do y'all want to do?
Tinge's first step. So, what did we get paid for the frost hell?
We did.
Oh yeah, my bad. Yuji reaches into his coin purse and hands Tinge his half. I don't remember how much it was, but there you go. My bad.
Oh, I just realized the nat 20 that I got on the painting, does that count as 2 painter days?
Sure.
For my thing?
Yeah, totally.
Yay. Thank you. Nice.
Yeah, I had it documented how many last time, and then we got paid out, so I erased it. So I just have it on my character, like how much I got.
I believe it was 200 apiece.
Yeah, that's what we were gonna get, and then there was other bits and sundries that we sold, and gems that we had and such like that we distributed amongst the group as well.
I was like, what, 44 each or something like that?
I recorded
have no
last
idea.
time just because I felt like there was gonna be some not remembering. I've started recording like payouts now, but I didn't record up till. But yeah.
So
I have
Tinge
it
is
in.
the party CEO now. Is that what I'm hearing?
CFO.
Yep. Take care of that for me, thanks.
All right.
So how was everyone's day?
Enlightening.
Oh yeah.
That's one way to say it.
Oh. How was your day? Was it like a different, enlightening in a different way than Case?
People don't always seem what they are. Dimitri and I had a wonderful tour around the city.
Oh yeah, we ran into our friend.
Laura.
Well,
Laura.
yes, we ran into Laura, but we also ran into. Hold on, wait for it. Doric, our goblin friend Doric.
The little goblin.
Yeah, it was a very pleasant conversation. He just wanted to say hello. He was really impressed with how well things are going with Drummond's, and you wouldn't believe it. They're treating everyone right, and I guess it's having a good financial benefit for him and everyone there. It's great.
Does he have your armor ready?
No, they said it'll be probably about another month or so before they have that done. But I'm not really in a hurry. Yeah, it was just
nice to catch up with them and nice to catch up with Doric. Hinge turns to Yuji and goes, "He threatened us, didn't he?"
He absolutely threatened us and reminded us that we owe him one.
He reminded us? No, of course not.
I, for one,
Is-
welcome our new Dosk overlords. Sorry, what was that?
Always need the Dimitri perspective on things.
I was a little worried that I felt that we were unintentionally rude because I didn't even ask his friend's name.
Friend?
We didn't need it.
He had a
Large
Ogre
horde
friend?
friend
It was an ogre, yeah.
that UG was sizing up hard.
His name was Muscle.
Oh, have you met him before?
In one form or another.
Bigger than the guy that got decapitated, or smaller?
Oh, that was so long ago.
I was gonna say I don't remember a guy getting decapitated, so I don't know.
The Etten that we fought.
But he didn't get
Oh,
yeah,
decapitated.
that's right.
Knocked
No, wait.
out, and then
Yeah, I
the
knocked him
mole
out.
dude cut his head off and threw it at us. That guy?
Oh wait, didn't he have multiple heads, or something?
The Etten did, yeah. 2 of them.
Yeah, so he only needed like one of them, I think.
So I believe you all took down the Etten, and then it escaped. But there was a couple ogres that fled. I believe is how that happened,
Yeah.
if I remember correctly.
Jeez, that was a while ago.
Tinge, you're being quiet.
One, Flair's not dead.
Yay.
Who said he was?
Oh, good. What? I didn't realize that was a concern. But
I
that's
need a
awesome.
dragon- I need a dragon chest buddy, so he better not die.
Two,
You don't want to play against Ina again?
I won. Undefeated.
He's retiring. She's retiring undefeated.
Yeah, exactly.
there may be a problem at a casino that something is taking all the money from all the people, the casino, the surroundings, and he tried to take me.
Isn't that
But
what
I left.
casinos do?
The casino is being fleeced by something.
Oh, good.
Isn't that
Good for
also
them.
a good thing?
I mean, do you like making money? Like
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely.
making
Oh,
money.
they'll pay. Oh, then yes. Okay. that's
So
what I'm saying.
let me simplify
I'm-
this. There's a potentially lucrative outcome to us figuring out how to get this dude who's literally taking the livelihoods, homes, everything, from anyone he can get close to.
What?
Mm.
That's terrible.
It is. He almost got to me. Almost. Didn't
Isn't that
stab him
illegal?
either.
Hmm.
Have you ever
I'm-
been to
I'm-
Tavix Landing?
Yes.
This is a
Um,
question for
Recently.
Dimitri.
I think I've been through there. I mean,
I
it was
grew up
nice
there.
enough place.
I'm very easily bought, so I agree that it's bad now.
So, here's the proposition. We take care of this problem. The casino and concerned parties pay us to help. And I don't think we can stab this guy. Trust me, I would have.
Who are the concerned parties that are paying our fee?
His name's Ulrich, and his gambling house is falling apart. He shut it down. I told him to have a kitchen fire, metaphorically. He took it seriously, so he might be trying to burn his casino down right now. So,
Well, that'll solve everyone's problem.
except
Um,
for he just shows up and starts taking people's money. So if he doesn't do it at the casino, he'll do it on the street or somewhere else.
We should leave our money here then.
so
Agreed.
Why aren't they just calling the watch?
Exactly.
Underground casino, maybe.
It's the Gilded Scarecrow. It's a open casino. I don't know what's going on below the surface though. I don't ask questions. I just get
Oh, I
paid to
mean-
solve problems.
I don't
If
imagine-
there's a casino running, a major casino running in Sharn, I'm sure the Boromars have something going on with it.
I imagine the guards wouldn't be able to do very much, though. They're just like, guards.
The
So-
guards were
But so
losing their
we
money
have
too.
to.
Yeah, exactly.
So we're going to go into a casino and convince something that it needs to leave without violence.
Okay.
Didn't say that. We're gonna try. And I will also communicate the very odd perception that I got as I approached the table, that this man seemed to have a greater presence than what potentially was in front of me.
I want to do a check, but I'm waiting for you to say Arcana, and I'm not good at that. So does someone else want to make Arcana check?
Oh, do you think that he might be, like, maybe there's an illusion involved?
I mean, what do you think can make a large group of people just give their life away for no apparent reason?
I will
That
use
doesn't-
my inspiration.
That doesn't sound like illusion. I feel
Sorry.
like there's. Well, actually, I don't know anything about magic. Never mind.
No, I said like it felt like he had a larger presence.
Meaning he was heavy.
So, Dimitri, for this one, go ahead and hold on to your inspiration. I feel like it's
Okay.
safe to say that you all would understand through Tinge's descriptions that it's likely a shape-changed creature, a creature that has, or like an illusion, like you were saying, a creature that has made itself appear in a way different than its actual nature.
Okay.
Hmm.
It be it.
What's the
So,
pay cut?
You know what? If you want to, Dimitri, if you want to use that Arcana, that 25, we can give you something.
Okay.
Okay.
How common are dragons on the planet?
Tinge
not
will,
common.
Tinge will give his inspiration to Dimitri. Dimitri can keep his.
Aw.
Very generous. Okay, Dimitri. So as Tinge is describing this situation to you, you remember stories that you heard in the house. Little campfire stories, the stories the older kids would tell you to scare you and whatnot. And the ones that the adults would use to kind of scare the kids away from the gambling halls. They tell of a malevolent creature. Some called it a demon, although people have been hesitant to actually name it this, that would charm you into giving away all of your desires, all of your possessions, all of your belongings to it. It would move from town to town doing so. This fits very well with that legend that you heard, and with your 25 Arcana, judging by what Tinge was saying and the presence that it's going on about it, it is likely that this is a greed demon of some kind, a demon of embodiment of greed. They're rare.
Oh.
They often don't venture this far south, so something's driven this one this far. It could just be it's unknown what has driven it this far south, but it does match up with those stories that you've heard, and judging by what Tinge has been telling you, it's the most likely situation that's happening here.
Well, I will
Dimitri- Oh, go ahead.
relay that information, and I don't recall details about anything that might be overtly effective against them, but
I can think of one thing.
I can think of a couple. What I'm wondering is, what are we going to do about collateral damage? I assume this greed demon, its enthralled mob around it may not take kindly to it being returned to its composite atoms.
I would.
Tinge looks at Yuji and goes, "How much of that frog poison do you have?"
God damn it. I just sold all of it.
Aw.
I can make some. We can find out.
No.
No.
If we get
That's just what we
if we
need.
get
Yuji in a psychedelic trance for the next 8 hours.
Going
we
into a
get-
casino
if-
to stop a demon as a paladin. Let's go.
But but if we do have contact poison, you could put it on like the chips or something, and then like, especially if it has like a delayed reaction, get the dealer to deal it out. And
We
then
can
Would
do it.
poison-
Both out.
Would poison even work on a demon?
Oh.
No clue,
That's
but it
true.
was using dice. It's dice. So
Oh. What if there's? I've heard of. Wait. What if there's charlatan die? I've heard of those. They could be cheating as well. Damn. I
And
can't
he
believe they
will.
would use magic and cheat. Terrible.
I mean, it is greedy.
Mm-hmm.
Seems like it would just get everything. Tinge would relate the instance of the floor manager trying to be pulled away by some of the other people and becoming combative and fighting to get back to the table. So, while Tinge enjoys carnage, he does not enjoy having to fight every patron in the casino to make a buck either.
Is there a check I can do with my poisoner history that would match the description of what is going on? Or would I be able to know how difficult that is to make?
Tinge would describe the enthrallment, whatever feeling he got to the group, based on sight.
At what range did that happen?
Tinge,
You
you would
recall
know that
making eye contact?
I needed to see it, correct?
Yes.
Because it didn't happen until I saw it.
Correct.
Which means I'm going in blindfolded. I'm good at
But I
that.
mean, saw
can do
its
that.
eyes or saw its body?
We did not get that specific. Question for the DM.
It did. So yes, it did happen as soon as you saw it, not when it looked at you.
Yep, blindfold. I'll be fine with a blindfold.
Who's got the darkness spell? No one. All right.
Not. Nope. That's dark vision.
I
Not on my
Caster.
list.
Yeah. Wait, that's a warlock thing too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
I'm not much of a warlock, though.
Yeah, and typically only darkness locks really need to use it.
So
Other warlocks don't get much use, and none of us are tieflings.
Tinge looks at everyone and goes, I can't do this by myself. I really would rather, but this thing feels like it would tear me to pieces, and I need your help. It's really hard for me to say
Yuji
that.
would slap his knees. Well, that's all I needed. Let's go.
That's such a great inspirational speech. Thank you, Tim. Yeah, so
A fiend of any kind loose in Sharn should be taken out.
Should we tell Lara?
nah, we'll be fine.
I
don't
think
know what.
do you think that the owner of this casino keeps track of all the people who lost all of their belongings? Because I think it'd be very important for us to ensure that things make it back to the right people.
Probably
This is-
not.
This is off the casino books. This guy's sitting at a table and just taking money from anybody that will approach the table. He's not even playing the house anymore.
Oh dear. That'll make returning all of people's belongings
Is
difficult.
the house now?
We'll ration it evenly. So like,
Yes,
divided
amongst
by
the
how many-
party.
Oh, yep. But divided by the amount of people who had been stolen from, they all get an equal amount back. Doesn't matter what they say. There's no other way of determining.
You're assuming that
Plate
we're
armor is not cheap. Some of us are saving hard for the reward.
All of us, we all have things we need right now.
Okay. Are we going now, or are we waiting till morning?
They're open
Yuji's
24
ready to
hours
roll.
a day. So, what time of day is it at this point?
It is approaching evening. It is dusk at the
Okay.
moment.
Let's do it.
Yeah, it's gonna sit there, whatever it is, and keep taking stuff from people. They do leave when they lose all their money, so hopefully, no one else has come in.
I'm gonna put
I
all
think
of my
you know
money
better
in,
than that.
I'm gonna put all my money in the company locker, and then I'm gonna blindfold myself.
A walk
And
through
just-
Charm with a.
Tinge is leaving his money behind as well.
Me too.
I'll be fine.
I'll be fine.
Okay.
He might take your soul. I think
Mm.
I might have heard souls being offered, so I don't know if you can put that in the locker too.
Souls. That's funny. Oh boy. Let's go.
Yeah,
Oh.
I can attack fine blind.
Wishing I had a better connection with my quarry spirit already.
Yeah, I'm concerned about
that.
that, not being able to see anyone or see them. I guess we'll have to determine distance.
Can your Dimitri, can your little robot friend, can he be enchanted?
How do you mean?
Like controlled by anyone other than you? Mentally. Charmed. Can it be charmed?
Yeah, that's a great question. It is immune to poison, exhaustion, and being poisoned. It does not specify that it
Oh, okay.
cannot be controlled.
That's a Fey
Okay.
ability normally.
Well, a lot of Fae don't have immunity to charm. A lot of constructs do. Like I think the Steel Defender is one of them that is immune to it. But whatever, it's fine. I was gonna suggest that as like, oh, they can look instead, but maybe not.
I think I shall trust to range.
Yeah, stick like 120 feet back.
115.
Are we going or what? Y'all are taking way too long.
We're already we're mumbling as we walk.
Yeah, we're in the sky
Already on
coach
your
taking
way.
us to Upper Tavix Landing.
Does Yuji have a plan of like what he's gonna do when we get there?
Divine sense and then stab.
Oh yeah,
Sounds like-
you can
Can I
do.
get a
You can
smite?
sense
Yeah,
You can-
paladin.
you could
Like, just
determine
right up my
if-
road.
if this is right or not. If
Yep.
my assumption is right.
You wanna place a
Your
bet?
smite is gonna be great.
Level
Eugene.
2 smites.
Eugene,
May I?
you have protection from good and evil. Yes.
Oh, yeah, let me prop that up there quick.
Yeah, get your skin ointment out.
Before we go in, you may want to put that on yourself or somebody else that we want to be sure it doesn't come under the influence of this creature.
Kind of like
Probably
squints. Do you want it? I mean,
Who, me?
yeah, I
No.
mean, yeah, you're the one asking.
No, I'm
I mean, I'm making this crazy ass poison for red. I mean, I just added to the list. I mean,
Wait. Okay, whatever.
No, I'm talking about
I
now.
forgot about that.
Do you have protection from good and evil prepared? That's what I'm asking.
yeah, I got it.
Okay. So
Yeah, I think.
my
Yeah, but like
suggestion is
Paladin
that
versus
either-
evil.
Yeah, I'm suggesting that either yourself or maybe Tinge, you might want to put that on like just before we enter the casino.
Well, Tinge doesn't need to be looking at all. He can work perfectly fine while blind.
Yeah.
So I don't think he's at much risk. I'll also be blindfolded, so I should be fine. And I attack fine while blind anyway. Maybe they have more opportunities to hit me, but you know.
Yeah. Yeah, I think maybe
yeah, I
you
think-
should probably put that on himself then.
Yeah.
Yep.
Right, so as you all are planning and getting ready, you do arrive outside of the casino. It is quieter. And you can see that the casino owner has taken Tinge's advice and cleared out everyone that he could. The only sound that you hear comes from a group of about 5 or 6 people inside that are surrounding one table that you can see through the windows outside. Ulrich approaches you all. Hat in his hand, he's ringing. He says, I got everyone out that I could. Your contacts reached out. The terms are agreeable. 1% of the daily take.
God damn, 1%.
That's a lot.
That's a
They
lot.
make a lot of money. They
That
make
is
a
a
lot.
lot.
Of money.
That won't be
Yeah.
necessary.
I'll
No,
take
no,
his
it will.
fair. I'll take it.
It will be very necessary.
I'm a specialist in this field. My rate is higher than normal.
And
Let's do this.
I have assurances. I have assurances from. He looks around from your handler. He looks towards you, Tinge. That you will continue to provide protective services after this, if you are successful. That is.
When I'm around, of course.
Very well then. Very well then. 1% in the house stake, if you can get him out of here, and keep him out.
If he is what you think he might be, removal may have to be very permanent.
And to be frank, we might break things. You good with that?
So of course, of course. The tables can be repaired, the bar can be remade, the walls can be rebuilt. What we can't regain is our customers.
Well, luckily most of them are gone.
Hopefully not permanently.
So windows.
Mhm.
There's windows all the way around. Can we see a window that can see into an adjacent area near the table, but not directly looking at the table? So like we could hear potentially through the walls.
Here.
Let's just take a look at this.
Yeah,
Yeah,
let's
that's on a
just
map.
get a bit of a visual representation of what y'all are looking at here.
I think Yuji should scout ahead because he's the only one.
I was just gonna say, I feel like I should walk in and like confirm.
Yeah. Ooh, it's dark out here.
Do I know how big these creatures in actuality are, to give an idea of like if you know they're taller than the average person, so if you
Yes.
like find yourself like elbowing just over where his head would be, and you or where his head looks like it is, and you hit something, then that's a good indication that this is probably what we're looking for.
Yeah, you would know that this creature should be considerably larger than an average person, probably standing as tall as almost 10 feet even.
Ooh, wow, yep. So sitting in a chair, probably as tall as the rest of the party.
So my divine sense has got a range of 60 feet. So yeah, I think I tend to agree that I'll walk in and kind of narrow down. Because it's uncommon, it's
You
unlikely
already
that...
sense the presence of a fiend.
Nice. Let me
So-
take that divine sense off.
Comment, just so you know.
Oh,
my echo
not full
token-
cover, right? Ugh.
Yeah.
I always forget.
Yeah.
My echo token has vision.
Okay.
Echoes don't have senses.
Okay.
I should not be able to see through my.
Oh, I get you. Okay.
And
Off.
Not until level 7 at least.
Yeah, I'll never be a 7th level Echo Knight.
Me either.
I can make someone's weapon magical.
Tinge raises his hand immediately.
We need to work on that a bit. I'm working on it, but
All right, I will go over and take his sword in my hand, and you'll see the telltale glow of my dragon mark from beneath my armor, and then it'll be a +1 magic weapon for the next hour.
All right, so the plan is that Yuji goes in and confirms what we're dealing with. And then based on that confirmation, the party comes in and we either politely ask it to leave or violently ask it to leave.
yeah.
Yes.
Is that the plan?
Something like that.
Okay.
This is the best plan.
Yuji walks in, and as I walk in, I typical D&D plan. We're not going to follow a single step of this. As I walk in, I'll cast protection from good and evil on myself.
Is this like a wall
That is a
here
door.
or something?
Sorry, I haven't set
that's
this. I
a door.
haven't set this map up with the new fancy doors and windows yet, but that is a door.
Can we see?
That is a window there, Dimitri.
Can I
Oh,
see
right
through
here?
that window? This
Yeah.
window here?
You can once you get close enough.
Well, apparently not.
Now I can.
Dimitri, are you going to the other window?
Yeah, I was trying to just yes. Okay. Ah, gotcha. All right, now I see this.
So that man is
how it
sitting
works.
at a table. He has got 5 people there with him. They look tired. They look exhausted. But they are cheering
And poor.
and very poor. Yes. So Yuji, you step in.
Yep.
So as soon as you
And-
step in, you do see the guy. No obstruction to your eyes, right? And what's up with the echo? Is it going into?
The echo is going in.
Can it be perceived?
Yeah, it's visible.
Okay. So Yuji, you enter in fully armored, and the man sitting at the table stops, and suddenly the room falls silent. Ah, wonderful. New players. I was wondering when the owners of this establishment might become a bit perturbed with my presence. Sit. Join me. We'll have a game. Yuji, you are not... You didn't enter blindfolded, right? He certainly would have noticed if you did, but you did not enter blindfolded, correct?
Nope.
Okay, make a wisdom
Nope.
save.
My eyes are shitty enough as it
immune.
is. So
He's immune to being charmed.
It's not charming.
Oh,
I'm screwed.
charmed,
Here we go.
frightened, and possession.
You've got this.
Be much more similar to a Gaius. If that is a charm effect, then Yuji is likely immune or at least resistant to it.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll check Gias. Or Gaius, whatever.
Whatever, however it's pronounced.
Yes.
But Yuji,
Yeah,
let's go ahead and get
that's
that
what it is.
wisdom save.
Yeah,
This
it's
is-
being... Gesh does charm you, so if it is Gesh, then it can't be charmed.
Either way, Yuji, nothing happens.
Yeah.
He
Good.
kind of...
I was gonna say, did I make this or
Yeah,
not?
he kind of stretches out. Looks around towards everyone else at the table. You all can leave. I have some more interesting opponents today. And he leans back in his chair. Yuji, you can hear the chair creaking as he does so. All 5 people around the table suddenly collapse down to the ground, onto their knees, gasping. You can see they are exhausted. They've likely been standing there for a day, if not more. And they look around, and seeing you, Yuji, they immediately try to get up and rush past you. It takes them a minute, but they do run out the room and run past you all.
So Yuji will kind of like stand up. He'll take the back of a spear and kind of tap the window to say, "You should probably follow me," and kind of signal. And he'll walk forward. We've been asked to have you be removed from this facility. Your time is up here.
Well, you see...
And my quick thing for you, my divine sense says this is a demon or fae.
Oh yeah,
correct?
your divine sense is going absolutely apeshit on this guy right now.
Okay.
In fact, with your divine sense, you probably see flickerings of a hulking figure with jet black scaly skin with lines of gold running. They look like they've been what's the word? Gilded into his flesh. Several streaks of gold, decorative, but it's like flashes that you see surrounding this figure. Oh, I'm afraid I'm not going to be able to go about that. You see, I've decided that I believe that I will be taking over ownership of this establishment. So many desperate people, so much gold. I think I'll be staying.
Is the sound that Yuji made the signal?
All that Tinge has done
Yeah,
is
I'm-
turn his cloak around so his hood is now over his face, and he
Okay.
starts walking forward.
Your avarice is the reason why we are here. It's time to go. You can either leave now peacefully, or we can help you out. And I'll kind of like stamp Grimfrost down in front of me.
So
Hope I don't die in turn
I
one.
move my echo to here.
it kind of...
Echo enters as well.
Okay, so it looks around. It's still seated. Looks around and says, Oh, interesting. I was wondering when they might send in more capable instruments of their designs. Well, you wish me gone? Why don't we gamble for it? You beat me, and I will leave. I beat you. I stay. And he looks around. So do you. And he points right at you, Yuji. I could do for a bouncer. You seem like you'd fit the job quite well.
Are you muted?
I'm deciding on how much of a dick I want to be.
Sorry. Sorry.
Because metagaming, now, I don't want to roll because I'm shit at that usually. So, why in the world would I gamble with that?
Well, it's not really metagaming. You know, Yuji knows he's shit at gambling. Like, that's just, yeah.
He pulls out 3 dice. Simple game. Sure you've heard of it? You simply roll. First one to 21 using these dice is the winner.
Yuji will kind of wave his hand in the air to like signal the rest of the party in. Last chance, and I'll cast Hunter's Mark on him.
You can't have that and protection.
Oh, that's right, because it's concentration. It's concentration. You're right. Damn it! I gotta find a different spell to use.
Sorry. You have the what is it called? The channel divinity. Your channel to get advantage on him.
All right, Dimitri.
We'll move right next to him and then
Super
do that
Saiyan.
channel divinity.
That's the answer.
Wisdom save.
Yep. Anyone who enters with their eyes open needs to make a wisdom save.
I'm assuming someone like patted red on the
Woohoo!
back. That she
Okay,
needs to
nice,
walk
nice.
Forward, because she wouldn't have seen the signal.
Ken just guiding her in. Them in.
If we've been able to hear
Oh yeah.
this whole time, then I'll just say, there's no more negotiation. You've hurt far too many people, and it stops now. And I'll zap him.
Awesome.
Oh,
Whoa.
Fantastic,
Dimitri.
right? So,
skips right to it.
Dimitri, as you walk in, Dimitri, he looks up towards you, and he says, just before you speak, he says, strong wills amongst you all. And as you say that and zap at him, he rolls backwards off his chair. Go ahead and roll attack and damage. That hits.
Oh, nope, sorry, that was the wrong thing, but it's the same to hit.
And we'll just go ahead and use that to hit. Go ahead and roll damage on whatever you're going to be using.
It would be 12. Lightning damage, which I'm afraid is going to be a problem.
Okay, so he gets smacked out of his chair, rolls back in his seat. The chair goes fumbling over, and you all begin to see darkness kind of beginning to flow out of him. Very Gandalf-esque in the I am no conjurer of cheap tricks. Darkness begins to flow out from the spot, and he stands to his feet. He says, "That was not very sportsmanlike." And as he begins to rise, you see his skin beginning to split apart. The visualization of him forming into his actual being. Black, midnight black scales, this gold inlaid into his flesh, and a pair of great golden horns pushing away from his body. And with that...
Oh wow, that looks awesome.
Can we get a close-up on that?
Yeah.
I'd say that looks like a cool one. Oh, that is cool.
Ooh, I like it.
With that, everybody, we are going to roll initiative.
Yay! I'm so good at this.
Woohoo! Apparently, Dimitri's motivated for this fight.
Yeah, I know. Jesus Christ.
Tinge's speech was great.
Yeah.
Yeah, our inspiring leader.
All right, everybody. He rises to his impressive height, his horns scraping the ceiling of the gambling hall. Dimitri, go ahead.
Did what I did before look like it had any effect whatsoever?
Yes, it did. What was the damage? Sorry, I forgot to.
It was 12.
12. Yeah, he takes all of that.
Awesome. All right. Come on. There. Trying to get my little friend. All right. I will move over to here and let loose another blast because now I'm assuming that I didn't get my 2 attacks last time, so this will be right. 26 to hit
26 hits, yeah.
for 11 damage, and then second attack a 24
Fantastic, great hits.
for
Dimitri's
9 damage.
pissed.
Apparently.
Here we go.
Moral outrage power.
Moral outrage.
I am the moral majority.
Go to
And
Dimitri.
then
Go to Dimitri.
and then my little pet 23 to hit
Jeez, yeah.
Does your
for 6
what is it
force
called?
damage.
The homunculus does it have to make a wisdom?
Oh yeah, does it have to make a wisdom save? It's probably gonna fail it.
Is it sentient?
It has an intelligence score of 10.
Yes, it is. Go ahead and roll.
Oh, very, very sentient. Jeez.
Wisdom 8. I will use my inspiration on him,
Okay, he succeeds.
so he doesn't start shooting back.
All right. Okay.
All right, and that is the end of Dimitri's moral majority rage turn.
Okay. So the fiend looks towards you, Dimitri, and looks down at the several wounds that you've given to him, and he says, "You will regret that." And he raises out a hand, and Dimitri, in front of you, you see a bearskin rug look up towards you.
Oh.
Demon
I'll
throws his
regret it
hand.
after you do.
Demon throws his hand towards you, and the bearskin rug goes flying in your general direction. You should make a dexterity saving throw.
Oh, good.
Oh, I thought he animated it, like brought it back.
I know that's what I was thinking.
Dimitri, it lands atop you,
Ooh.
smothering you,
Mm.
and then begins to bite you.
Oh, he did animate it.
We weren't that wrong.
You weren't that wrong. All right. It's a 16 to hit.
That misses.
Fantastic. And now it will enter the initiative. Alright, we'll put him right there. And then that was his bonus action to animate a nearby
We're fighting a
object.
bear rug.
You
This
are in
is
fact
wild.
fighting a bear
Only
rug.
in demon. Only in D&D.
Oh, shit.
Animate
I
a
thought
bearskin
it was
rug.
just Like, I
Yuji,
thought it was just like telekinesis or something.
he looks towards you and
Oh, yeah.
says, "We could do great things together." I need you to make a wisdom save as he casts Crown of Thorns or Crown of Madness at you.
Cool.
Wait, aren't you immune to charm from his creature type?
Oh. Are
I
you
gotta scroll
immune
back
to
up.
being
I don't
charmed?
know.
Do you have an advantage on being charmed?
Immunity.
scroll back
well,
up.
It's from those creature types specifically. You can't be charmed.
Aberrations,
the target-
celestials,
the target-
elementals, fey, fiends, and undead. Protection
Can't be charmed.
grant.
Yeah.
Okay, let me check
Yep,
this
can't
guy's
be charmed,
intelligence real
frightened, or
quick.
possessed.
Would he know that that was cast though, regardless of his intelligence?
So, Yuji's a reborn, right? That's what gives him that ability, or is it his paladinness?
Paladin.
The
Just
spell
a
he
paladin
cast.
Spell. Yeah. Spell.
Paladin spell.
Paladin spell. Fantastic.
Protection from good and evil.
Protection
yeah.
from
Awesome.
good and evil.
Sorry, I thought it was like a class ability you were using or something, but fantastic. Yes, it does fail.
Suck it.
Okay. He's pissed. Yuji, you're up.
Oh, he's got a lot ready for him. I'm gonna move right there. I'm gonna try and hit him with Grimfrost.
Okay.
So I have the Vow on. So my attacks are at advantage.
Hits. Oh, 27 crit. You're on
27.
advantage. Yeah.
I'm divine smiting at level 2.
Andy's
So.
Yeah, he thought he was mad at me.
Right?
Oh.
All right, so help me out here. How do I divine smite upcasted? Did anyone know how to
So
do that?
go ahead
So
and
it's
go ahead
two-
and yeah, go ahead.
2d8 at base level, so it's 3d8, but because this is a fiend, I think, then it's 4d8.
48.
So,
Yep.
so 8d8.
Jesus, fuck.
All right, well, here's the damage from the spear, and then
Oh my
8d8
God.
coming up.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Get fucking
Let's go.
wrecked.
How do you roll 8d8?
/R space 8d8.
That much.
Fucking shit. Wow.
39.
39 plus the 9, so 48,
48.
55 points of damage usually
57
just did.
plus dueling.
Yeah, so second attack if he makes it.
Okay, he's obviously not concentrating on Crown of Madness.
Oh, he's still standing. Okay, second
Oh yeah,
attack.
he's still good. You hurt him, but he's still all
Oh,
right.
I love Bob.
He rolls out of the way of that one, barely looking up towards you all. You see him get like that superhero stance. He's getting back up, looking around. Great red leathery wings folding out behind him. He starts looking for
Cool, I'll
windows.
pam him. So,
Oh, wait, you used your vow for a bonus action.
No, he did.
well, I did that before combat started.
Oh, yeah.
So 19,
19 hits.
and I'm going to smite him. Not as good, but still pretty good.
Okay, for another 19. Jesus Christ.
Oh, you're
Paladin.
missing a D8 because it's a fiend. Isn't that an extra D8? Isn't it 2D8?
Sweet.
for-
2.
Wow. Okay. That was a fucking lot of damage.
I mean, this is what I'm made for,
Right?
right?
Fighting fiends.
He's making up for
That
the
reminds
last
me,
combat.
I noticed watching Out of the Abyss that y'all's paladin and the paladin in that campaign was not applying their extra 1d8 for versus.
Oh, I will be sure to
undead
remind her
or
about that. Yeah.
Undead or fiends.
Woof.
Okay.
So that's my turn.
Are you sure?
I'm sure I have its
That's
attention
all you
now,
got?
So
If
That's
Tinge
it?
is just standing there holding his sword and this thing gets ripped to pieces as he walks in, totally,
Hey,
totally cool with that.
Payback for the last combat where Yuji didn't get to do anything.
that's all I'm thinking is, well, I gotta sit on the stupid boat, watch everything tear apart. And I'm like, all right, this is cool.
Now you're like,
Cool.
action surge.
All right, Kay.
Is this window such that I can go through it?
Yes, it is.
Okay.
Do I need to move the lighting? Here.
Nope. I'll move to just inside the window.
Okay.
I assume I need to make a wisdom saving throw now?
Yep, that you do. Thought you might have been out of range, but nope.
I was hoping, but wisdom saving throw.
Oh yeah, you definitely succeed.
Yeah.
Y'all are rolling like really well tonight. I'm just gonna say.
That's
Sorry.
it's great.
Nice.
I moved to here. My echo will move to here. Yeah, and I'm just gonna Eldritch Blast it. I'm gonna
Elder
start
Warriors.
my bonus action Hex and Strength, just in case that matters.
Okay.
And blast number 1.
8's not
Misses.
gonna hit, unfortunately.
Blast number 2.
Oh no.
Yeah, it misses.
Okay. I jinxed y'all with my comment on your high rolls.
Yeah, it happens.
Sorry.
Next!
Next, red. Blind red.
Oh, yes, amazing. I'm so great. So yeah. So she'll immediately Hulk out and rage and become very wolf-like, and then start blindly running in this direction. Yeah, she runs over here. She hears Yuji over there, so she runs over here. Yeah, she can. Oh wait. Wait, is that for? Yeah, I can get there. I can get there. Cool. I love being a barbarian. And then she attacks thrice. Boop, boop, boop. So
One of those
that's-
hits?
oof. Yep, the 25 hits. Oh, double now. Oh, wow. Okay.
Are your
Yeah.
attacks magical?
No.
Okay, it does only take half that damage.
Damn. So yeah, that's 5 sliding damage. I don't even have danger sense either because I'm blind now. This is awful. Okay, that's all.
Okay. Tinge.
Tinge commands his echo
Okay.
over.
You do not need to make another wisdom save, as you have already saved once against this effect in the last 24 hours.
Ooh, do I know that?
You know you don't feel funny looking at him.
I mean, I'm blind right now.
Yeah. Then I don't think you know. You went in with your eyes closed.
So I mean, I've got 10 feet, so I'm just gonna, advance until I see him.
Oh, 10 feet of blind sight. Yep. Okay, cool.
You can also just hear everything and
Yeah.
you know where everything is even when you're blind.
10 feet of blind sight's pretty cool, though.
There's no way to get flanking on this guy, is there? No.
On these bigger tokens, you can get here.
Where the echo is?
Can you right there? Yep. Oh, I don't see the echo there. Weird. Now I see the echo.
So I had to step away for a second.
You could still go here if you wanted.
Yeah, that'll do it too.
Either. Yeah, any space in this corner would work.
Tinge, you there?
I have to press Alt for you guys to hear me. So Tin approaches his new glowy sword, giving him a little bit of extra oomph, and he's gonna whack the first time with Great Weapon Master.
Okay.
Go. You've got a positive modifier to this now.
Woohoo!
Nice. 24 hits. 8.
Yeah.
And
damage.
Dimitri magicked your weapon up, right?
Yep.
Right. So it didn't include the +10 though, because that's literally impossible to be 8.
Wait, what?
Yeah. I was
Oh,
gonna
right,
say
okay.
that. It also didn't subtract anything.
Oh, from Great Weapon
I don't
Masters. So that's just a flat +10.
Correct.
Yep.
Okay.
Did it throw in the +1?
I'm seeing 2d6.
Doesn't look
It doesn't
like
look like it. No.
No, it didn't do any of the things I clicked on. Okay.
Okay.
So this is all
It looks. No, it says that it did, but also Great Weapon negative mod didn't go through. Like
Right.
if you hover over the 0, it shows the Great Weapon and the magic, but the magic counteracted the Great Weapon for some reason.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's got
2 +1s.
it's
Oh,
got
I think that means you added +1 to the number that it's supposed to add on magical attacks. Does that make sense? Like you typed,
Right.
you typed +1 instead
Yeah.
of.
the fact that it says -5 +1, I think, is a problem.
Okay, so 19 would be the hit.
That does hit.
Okay. And then it rolled 2 + 3 + 3. So that's
8.
8 +1 for 9 + 10 for 19.
Okay.
And then I'm
got
going to unclick all this stuff and go to the other thing I have laid out because it seems to work better.
It'd be a roll of 20 with the magic.
Still hits.
Unleash Incarnation from the Echo now, which won't be an advantage. This will just be a normal Great Sword attack without Great Weapon Master.
Still hits.
Okay. So then,
Nice, good damage for 13.
okay. Then second attack, this will be Great Weapon Master.
God, the damage output is insane.
19.
19 hits for another 20. Wow.
Okay. And Unleash again. So no special anything, just normal Great Sword attack. No advantage.
Okay.
Oh boy.
So
Crit, so you get hit again, right?
no, unless someone wants to give me their sessional, because I already gave mine out.
But you have advantage from red on the other side of you.
That is right, you are flanking. Although... No, that should be fine, yeah.
Oh, I'll give my a sessional.
This is from the
Murder a
Echo,
demon?
so it can't.
Oh,
be
the
flanked.
Echo can't flank, yeah.
So it needs a sessional for it to hit.
Hmm.
So if anyone doesn't want to, cool, it hits and does.
Oh, yeah, you can have my sessional. Sorry, I was on mute. I was saying it the whole time.
Okay,
Oh
so
my
that's
god!
Have my session.
20.
Fucking madness, okay.
Okay, so
Bonus action.
now Great Weapon Master.
Action Surge?
Action.
Yeah.
I haven't gotten to Action Search yet. I'm alphaing
Yeah.
this thing to pieces.
+1 Magus.
This is coming
Just
from
noticed that.
Tenge now, so Great Weapon Master with advantage.
Okay, so the 19. The 19 points, I got that. That hits.
Oh.
Jesus, he's hitting everything. Holy God.
Okay, that's the last attack. Now Action Search.
Jesus, fuck.
Oh my god.
Woo! Great Weapon Master from Tenge with advantage.
Oh.
It misses. Dear God, it
Okay.
misses.
A second attack from that attack action. Same thing, Great Weapon Master from Tenge.
Oh.
Oh, slow cool off now.
Ran out of juice.
Jesus Christ. Okay. Yeah.
That means I have
Huge.
one Unleash Incarnation left.
Oh my god.
Getting huge damage though, Jesus. Let me get all the subtractions going here. Okay. Wow.
You're gonna learn to throw multiple enemies at us because we can alpha strike a single enemy. to
Right.
death.
And, like I'm like bear rug.
Yeah.
I love the bear rug. The bear rug's great.
Tinge.
He can do it.
anything else
He's
for
trying
Tinge?
his
This
best.
guy, as he's just carving him up, and goes, "I asked you to leave."
All right, you all
I
definitely are
asked
getting the
nicely.
look of panic on this guy's face now. He is most certainly not. He certainly did not expect this level of confrontation. So yeah, you all can certainly tell that he is looking for the exit.
What do you think the odds of you getting out of here alive are?
Ah,
Ah! I'm being
got
mauled
him.
by a bear rug.
Dimitri of all people saying
Right,
that.
Dimitri, the bear
No,
rug. The bear rug is
please.
enveloping you. It is wrapped around you currently.
No.
In fact, we'll just do it this way. Yeah, it is like completely wrapped around you. You are currently restrained by it, Dimitri, but that is
Oh, good.
all.
Good.
And with that, the face of this bearskin rug kind of pulls itself up and out from around the backside, and it looks at you and then attempts to bite you on the head. That is a
I am
21
down
to hit
take breath. Oh yeah. Mm-hmm.
for 12 piercing. It then starts raking at you with its claws, and that is only an 11 to hit.
That misses.
And that does bring us back to you, Dimitri.
Okay. I can obviously see this thing.
The demon or the bear rug?
The bear rug.
Yeah, it's like, yeah, it's wrapped around.
Is it
you.
a creature?
Yes?
Okay. I need it to make a Constitution saving throw, please.
Okay. It's a construct, technically. Con save. Result is a 3.
Ooh.
Hey, it misses. I'm teleporting at 90 feet away from me.
Where's it going? Just yeet.
It's going over into the corner. Because it has to be on like something flat. Actually, yeah, that's fine. That's fine. It has to be on something that it can land on. Unfortunately, I can't just teleport it out into the air and go.
Okay.
But that's that, and then I will have my little homunculus zap it. Zap
Okay.
this guy.
21
With a
hits.
21. For 7 force.
Fantastic.
That's the end of my turn.
Okay. All right. So the first thing it is going to do is it is going to just swipe across one of the nearby tables, grabbing up a bunch of coins and chips, and it's going to hurl them up into the air. And you see, as these go up, it turns into hundreds and hundreds of coins, and they begin flying around you all in a bit of a almost like a razory cloud. These things begin flying around. It centers this cloud on itself. And
It's like insect swarm or whatever it is. I can't remember what's the bug AoE.
yeah, it's kind of like that. And seeing itself surrounded, it knows better than to try and flee with this many people around it. So it is going to hunker down and check its action economy real quick. I'm pretty sure when it casts that, that's all it can do. Yep. All right. So it is going to hunker down and hope for the best right now. Yuji, at the beginning of your turn, I need a Constitution saving throw from you as all of these coins and strange spectral images flash by you. Constitution saving throw, please. Yuji,
9.
that is a failure. You do suffer. 21, Jesus, 21 points of slashing damage, and another 21 points of psychic damage, Yuji.
Holy fuck.
Yep.
All right, so we're just going tit for tat. All right, let's go. Game on.
Yuji, that is at the start of your turn. It is your turn.
Hell yes, it is my turn.
Hell yes,
Holy
it is.
Jesus. Holy fuck, he just took out all of my HP. I'm totally gonna hit him back just as hard.
I'm sure. He's low as fuck, too.
That's how
Oh,
you're
that
going to
hits.
cast
Hell yeah!
Dispel Magic.
Dueling and smite him.
I'm scared.
I'm not.
Okay. It's not that bad. It's not that bad.
Extra D8. Fiend.
I gotta do the other D8. Yeah, you're right. That's pretty good.
Okay. So what do we got? 11, 18, 21. Okay.
You said you were smiting?
Do all of your attacks just deal radiant damage when you're fighting fiends?
You did
No,
say smite,
not
right?
that I'm aware of. I did say
I said
smite.
he's smiting.
Yeah,
Okay,
There's no
I
smite
just-
added.
a first level
doesn't-
smite would have been 3d8 against the fiend.
Yeah.
That's only that only accounts for dueling, not the radiant damage.
Yeah, that's what I was curious about.
Oh, I need 2 more D8. My bad.
Yep.
You're missing the smite entirely.
I'm a little more concerned.
Those 2.
So
So
what do we got here?
18, 27,
Jesus.
30.
30 points. Okay.
I'm hitting him again.
I'm sure you are.
Let's go.
That is not going to hit.
Action Surge.
Pam him.
Bam.
Bam. That hits.
Yeah.
Nice.
Level 2 smite.
Smite.
Fuck this guy. No spells at the end of this.
Holy shit.
4d8.
Level 2, so 5.
No,
No.
it would be
It'd be
48 is the total. Because it's 3d8 normally and
Woohoo!
48 fiends.
He said it was a level 2 smite.
Yeah, level
Right,
2,
yeah.
I got 1 more.
Level
Right.
3 normally as a second level, and then 48 with fiends.
No, Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, and you got to do the Pam damage too.
Oop, forgot that part. All that.
All right.
33.
How do you take him down, Yuji?
Is it the... Yeah.
Hell yeah! Butt of your spear.
Yeah, exactly. So the butt of my spear comes up and like knocks his head to lean him back, and then I just run my spear right down through his throat, pushing him all the way back. And
A look. Go ahead, yeah.
and then just pushing him all the way into the ground.
A look of confusion goes across his face in surprise after what he thought was going to be the simple steamrolling of several mortals becomes his demise. He, as you push him down to the ground, Yuji, your spear digging into him, he gets one word out. He says, "Ow!" before he bursts into black goo.
Ugh.
Ow.
Just picture Yuji right after that, like pulls his spear out, covered in its black goo, goes and sits next to one of the chairs, and goddamn, that fucker hits hard.
Not
the
even
rug?
over yet. The fight's still going.
No, the rug, as soon as
the
the demon dies, the rug unanimates. Just as
That's
it's
what I figured would happen.
leaping itself
I'll say-
towards K.
Yuji's clocking out. The rest is up to you guys. I'm over this.
Is there anything left of the demon at all other than goo? You know, like
No.
some horns, piece of no, darn.
No, there is not.
Armor.
Oh,
Yuji
you know
will,
what? One
tap
second,
change
one
and
second.
hand him a
I
vial.
actually did take a note for this. Underneath all of that goo is a veritable mountain of gold pieces, titles, deeds.
Oh boy.
Oh right. The stuff he stole.
Hey,
Oh,
Dimitri.
good.
Here's your pile of stuff we can give back.
God damn it.
God damn it!
amazing.
just at a glance, it appears to be in excess of 10,000 gold.
Ooh,
God damn it.
Oof.
Dimitri
Cool.
will.
The right thing to do.
Yeah.
Just pay me back later, Dimitri. That's what it is.
Tinge fixes his cloak and just walks out the front door and goes and finds Ulrich.
We'll pass that over to Yuji. The 11 points of healing.
Oh, thank God.
I don't
I need
like-
to do lay on hands.
Fiends at all.
Yeah, while covered in like ichor or whatever, and while it's like kind of dark and stuff. How much gold can Red pocket while she's right back here behind the mound?
You can make a sleight of hand check. I'd say
gonna
as many
see
as you
if
can
I'm
grab
gonna
in one full hand, so probably like 30, 40 pieces.
Oh damn, that's true. What if I? Wait, how concealed am I right here from Dimitri?
Not.
Oh no,
Oh, looking right at you,
pile
yeah.
And all the black goo and like.
It's just a flat pile of black goo. It's not really anything to hide behind.
Well, and
And
Okay.
claps Dimitri on the shoulder and goes, "This is really nice," looking at his sword, and keeps walking.
24. I
You-
get a decent. How much do I get with that?
We'll say you get the full 30 out of that.
Nice.
And if it makes you feel any better, Dimitri, a lot of that belonged to the house beforehand too.
Okay. Well, Dimitri will start trying to separate stuff out from all the gooey whatever, all the deeds and everything, and there's going to be obviously some mending and prestidigitation wands to clean this stuff up so it can get back to the right people.
Well, we get
Fantastic.
1% of whatever belonged to the house.
1% of the daily take going forward was the deal.
Mhm.
And as Ulrich comes back in with Tinge, he's looking around. He's like, "You've done it! It's gone. Where is he gone?"
It was a
Goo covered
demon.
in Yuji.
Yeah, think that man. That's what he does. We were prepared. See, everybody, we were prepared.
That wasn't even 2 rounds.
Yeah, you all kicked the shit out of that thing. Like, what the fuck?
I was just trying to calculate how long
First-
it was. The guy's like, he walks out, he hears,
Yeah.
and then he walks back in.
Yeah.
Because
12
it's not even been
seconds.
Less than
12
12
seconds.
seconds. Not even 12 seconds.
It's all about perspective.
Well, yeah, I mean, there was a brief conversation ahead of time, so it was probably about a minute total before everything hit the fan. But it was all just
I
like
mean,
muffled voice.
he was literally warned.
Then it just
He's
ends.
literally warned 3 times, and then I just smited the shit out of him with that crit.
Yeah, and then
so.
Tinge walks out with a little like the old Western like split door. We're done.
Fantastic. So yeah, Ulrich comes back in, and as you all direct his attention towards the pile of goo, he immediately doubles over and vomits. And looking around, he's like, the cleaning crew will have their work cut out for them in the morning, but you've all done it. Thank you so much. So, as agreed upon, he goes and starts rummaging through one of the nearby drawers behind the bar and pulls out a pamphlet. Says that once they get back up to their regular operating numbers, that they should be pulling in quite a bit.
Before.
One moment. I need to reverse math this real quick. Says they pull in about 5k gold a day.
Ooh,
So that rounds out to
50 gold.
50 gold a day between the 5 of you. And he says that you all can come and pick that up every 10 day in 500 GP installments.
God damn.
This is the whole party.
Let's go.
So like 100.
Well,
100
thank you.
apiece?
100 apiece every 10 day.
Well, before that guy came back, as like Red was walking away from the pile, I was going to see if like Red can give like a look to Yuji and then like distract Dimitri for a hot second. If Yuji
You mean-
wanted to like if
Go ahead.
Yuji wanted to like go and like grab a couple handfuls before the guy came back and before Dimitri like looked.
You mean the guy covered completely in black goo who just decimated a fiend? Just quickly reach out with my
Yeah.
heavy armor and grab a whole bunch of money? I think I'll pass.
Fair enough.
I will say Yuji will tap up against Tinge and be like, "Hey, that practice seems to be working though. You know, you hit more than you did last time."
That was
Yeah.
amazing.
Glowy sword helped. I need one of these so bad.
And he keeps going. My old drill instructor used to say, just use the pointy end. You've got it figured out. So keep it up.
One day I will get the full 7 attacks in one round.
Jesus Christ.
Wow. I was sitting
All
here
right,
being
so
like,
we,
okay, so they don't have that many magic weapons, like I have some extra. I have some extra opponents. I'm like, on level 3, he'll on turn 3 he'll animate some more stuff. I had it all planned out, and y'all are just like, nope.
We are all of us have extra attack, I think. So
Yeah, it was the
Well,
crits that did it.
Yeah.
It's- I mean-
Multiple crits in one round.
In
even
your
then,
defense,
even
though, I
without
burned
crits,
a lot of resources, right? I burned my channel divinity and
Yeah.
5 spells.
Mhm.
And
that's the other part of it. We have had this is burst damage. We can't do well. Most of us can't do every combat. Like Yuji burned
Right.
both of his first level spells. Tinge burned, I think, 3 of his release incarnations. So he
2.
couldn't do those.
I
2?
still had
Okay,
one
yeah.
left.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right, right.
Yuji
And
used
then also-
Yuji used all his spell slots.
I got 1 left.
Oh, you
Yeah.
got one left.
This
And
was definitely like just everybody went full power the whole
Right.
time.
And the thing is, he didn't. He underestimated you all, right? He all came in and he's all just like, oh, look, some new playthings. I'm gonna start weak. Like if he'd started, like I did that intentionally. I wasn't expecting you all to do that, but I was like, okay, so he's gonna underestimate them probably for the first round before he starts taking things seriously, and he did, and he got murdered for it. So
Yeah.
I actually held back. I didn't action surge or anything, and because I was expecting to need to do something when he like tried to run or do something.
Yeah,
did
I mean-
something we weren't expecting. I was saving my shot.
yeah.
We should just stop talking because all we're telling him to do is make shit even harder.
No, I want it to be harder because
Yeah.
that makes it
Yeah.
better. Like we need like 5 Yetis or something.
Like 5
Like-
Yetis. All right, we'll do
Yeah,
we'll
like,
do 3 of these guys next time. That'll be good.
All right, so
I
we
think that would
earned
be
no
really good, yeah.
money now, but we earned 500 gold in 10 days.
Correct. You know what? They will go ahead and give you the first installment. It's weird because it does take some time for them to recoup their losses, but they are a casino, right? So they've got some saved up. So they'll go ahead and give you the first installment now.
Yay.
Oh, it's 100 gold a person.
100 gold apiece.
Okay.
And then every 10-day, basically, whenever you all leave and come back, you'll get at least one installment, sometimes up to 2 or 3, depending on how long you've been gone.
Nice.
Dope. Getting closer. Here we go, baby.
Passive income, y'all. Welcome to the middle class.
Oh yeah, I guess we're not still not upper class, despite how incredibly wealthy we all are now.
Right.
Even though it feels like we have nothing, we still have oh jeez.
Right, when you've got dragons out there sitting on literal millions of gold pieces.
Economy and D&D is wild.
Economy and D&D
I
is
mean,
wild.
you know how wild it is for you to be walking around Sharn with a spear made out of ice? I'm pretty sure that catches a lot of people's attention.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, even that is this is the magic world, magic stuff is fairly common,
Right.
common enough anyway.
Yeah, and
So,
he was you all were saying that you were leaving behind your gold and stuff. I'm like, he's just gonna try to gamble your magic items.
Oh.
Yeah, that was the thing. If anyone had saved the wisdom saves, you wouldn't have been able to say no to his offer of gambling away stuff you have. But you all made it.
I'm trying to. I have my wand of warming. I wouldn't want to give that away.
Yeah, you all have Grimfrost, a periaptive wound closure. You have a bag of holding, which I think is Dimitri's, right? So that would become innate or inert.
No, it's a legit bag of holding.
Okay, so yeah, you have your bag of holding. You have your
my magic frogs.
Your frogs.
No, not my frogs.
Not my frogs.
I don't know if I have the periapt on me, actually. Oh, I do. I do have the periapt on me. I never think about it. I don't even know if I'm attuned to it.
It does indeed require attunement.
Yeah, well, yeah. I don't know if I was using it though. I remember debating using it.
So let's go ahead and make that official. Who is attuned to that? Are you Red, or is somebody else going to attune to it? Because that's a really, really good item.
Okay, I just need to look up what it does again.
You don't die. You just stabilize when you drop to 0.
Yeah.
While the group is kind of doing their thing and figuring out how to return all this stuff and lives and things, Tinge is just
on that note, Ulrich does in fact have a ledger of anyone who gambles here regularly and can help you return most of that to the rightful owners. Yeah.
Tinge is just gonna go back to Barnabas and go you said this was gonna be hard, and leave.
Barnabas just looks surprised. He doesn't even say anything. He's just jaw kind of drops as you walk back, surprised that you even got it all done tonight.
Yeah, with minimal damage, really.
Yeah.
Speak for yourselves.
He got knocked out of a chair, rolled over a single table, and then died.
I about know but him, he about know but me. It's all fair in the long run. I mean, cool.
Yeah, that ability was super dangerous. It's just like I said, he was always going to activate it on the second round of combat, but I was expecting there to be 2 or 3 rounds at least.
Yeah, even without Yuji nearly dying, actually, I think he was at 1/10 of your hit points.
I had 4 health left. I was fine.
Yeah. Yeah, even without that, you'd still be tired from your loss of spell slots or whatever, so you wouldn't be wiping the sweat off your brow and being fine. It was. I like it. It was fun.
But the way Yuji keeps on taking damage, maybe he's the one that needs to parry out of wound closure.
Yeah, I was thinking about that, but also it would be in character insulting. I imagine. 2, given past traumas, and 2, it does somewhat make one of his abilities redundant.
Yeah.
So yeah.
I don't even know what it does. I assumed I had 1 magic item and I shouldn't complain. So
yeah, no.
It automatically makes you succeed on your death saves.
Yeah,
technically, really, that shouldn't matter. But we all PTSD from that incident.
I mean, it also makes the most sense.
Die.
Yeah, it makes the most sense for Red to have it, because Red and Yuji are our 2 main get in the face of something and get hit by it as well. And Yuji gets advantage on death saves if he goes down, so it makes more sense for Red to have it.
So can I do a cool in-game thing here? So Yuji sees the dice that were on the table that he left, and what do they have to roll up to a 21? I want to roll those dice now. What is it? 3d10. Yeah.
What number did you want them to land on? There are D6s, 3 of them.
Oh my god! And I needed to land on a number.
No. They land on whatever number you want them to every time
He
you roll
was-
them.
He's cheating too.
I was right. I called out the charlatan die.
I guess I don't know, because you said first one to 21, so I'd roll as high as I possibly could. So it'd be what, 18?
Yeah.
I totally pocket those dice.
6.
They might be helpful.
Rolls an 18, and he was rolling 18s followed by trip 1s every single time he rolled. So he was rolling to
Fantastic.
21 off of the lowest amount of rolls possible every time. Yeah, good stuff.
Yeah.
So, all right, everybody. So we will go ahead and call it a session there. When we come back next week, you all will meet with Laura and begin your expedition eastward to Dargoon.
Goon?
To Dargoon, indeed.
And that's going to be the next day, right?
Yes, that will be the next day, tomorrow evening, so you all have that time to prepare as well.